The movie we watched is called I Saw the TV Glow, starring a young Obama.
Oh shit. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
Oh, yeah, the audio is actually coming in good, but I mean, you dark, audio is good. You might have to work
All
on
this good visuals, little suspect.
No, fucking no. But Monkey Man looks. I want to see it just because that dude, Dev Patel, the one that is stars in it. He's from Slumdog Millionaire, and shit, but he's supposedly like a black belt, like in Taekwondo and shit.
Mhm.
That's why when he was in like The Last Airbender as Zuko, I got excited because like I was like, oh, he's actually got a martial arts background. Straight
I
up,
didn't know. Yeah.
bullshit ass movie,
Yeah.
bro. I get upset every time I watch. I've watched it more than once, every single time. Just
No, see, I didn't even follow the cartoon, but I went and watched the movie theater, and I was like, why did I come see this shit?
the things I've seen worse.
Oh, definitely.
I went to go. I think I went with Pete to see that movie, and like he actually liked it better than GI Joe.
Okay.
G.I. Joe with Marlon Wayans and Channing Tatum.
Okay, well, the first G.I. Joe wasn't bad. You could definitely tell, like, action, like, little fake stuff in there, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
The second one I felt was terrible.
So okay, so hold on. So the first GI Joe felt like the cartoon. Like that's the kind of what GI Joe was. I mean, other than the fact that like Snake Eyes, like I don't know why they put lips on his mask. I was like, well, like you covered his face. Why you make his face out of the like? Did you want him to be a black dude?
He got those nigger lips. Oh man.
But like within the second one, listen, I had such high hopes for that one because Snake Eyes' costume looked better, and the Rock is in it. But like,
Yeah.
why they go back to the hood?
I mean, I didn't get all that. I just felt like there was so much stuff that was in there that didn't need to be. Like, for one, killing off Channing Tatum and then bringing in Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The hottest scene was in the trailer when they're on the mountain fighting.
that's the best scene in the whole movie. I
Yeah.
watched it. I was like, man, like if they had just made this, if that had been the Snake Eyes movie,
Mhm.
that shit would have been dope. Did you
Yeah.
see the Snake Eyes movie?
I did.
What'd you think of that?
From what I can remember, I liked it. I watched it on the plane.
Okay.
So, I mean, I wasn't upset with it. But I don't fully remember it, which I
Yeah.
know sounds terrible.
Yeah, no. I remember like Snake Eyes is my favorite character in GI Joe, and like I remember liking the movie when I watched it, but it's not particularly rememberable.
Okay.
Because the cool thing about Snake Eyes, he don't talk.
Mhm.
So seeing him talk the entire time, I was just like, and Snake Eyes is supposed to be a white dude.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, supposed to be a white dude that gets trained, and maybe that's because they don't want they don't want to put the white savior kind of trope again. I don't know.
Who knows? Because in the movie, wasn't he like? Did he like? I guess befriend Storm Shadow or something like that?
Yeah, so no,
And it went and trained with him or grew up with him or something like that, right?
yeah. He's a white guy who ends up training with the Arashi Kage and stuff like that, and he's like sword brothers with Storm Shadow.
Mm.
So, I don't know.
But then he's betraying them because he goes in there and steals something from their sacred mountain or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't.
But
Yeah, I
like
fully
but
remember.
in the comic book, like the reason why, so there's like people always had that theory that he doesn't talk because he took a vow of silence because of the death of the Hard Master.
Mhm.
But in the comic book, like when he's a soldier, like I think he saves a bunch of people, but then in the explosion, he ends up losing his vocal cords and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. With that being said, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown to get Red Fort Delta. How's everybody doing out there?
Well, speaking about old TV shows, this movie we watched today, had to do with some TV. And you know what? I remember watching shows like this when I was younger.
Mhm.
When I saw this trailer pop up, I was like, oh, this actually looks interesting. This might be a nice horror movie or whatever. Turns out.
I'm so sick of the fucking trailers lying.
Why?
Because I actually watched the trailer too before I watched the movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know who rates these movies or who critiques them or whatever,
Mhm.
but they're like magnificently written, great uh soundtrack.
Yeah.
So and so is like,
Cinematography. All this
yeah,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? So you're like, oh shit, must be a good movie. They did the same thing with Saltburn. Magnificently written, um, it's brilliant. Brilliant minds will like this. It's and you looked at it, what the fuck am I watching? You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. Uh, bruh, fucking
You're lying.
that that bathtub scene, man. I've told so many people about that bathtub scene, and just by their reaction, I always tell them either go watch the movie or avoid it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this movie is kind of in the same vein. Like, judging by the trailer, you would think it would be kind of like along the lines of like an Exorcist movie or like just a fucking scary movie,
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know who writes it. These movies are always written and directed by the same person, and I just want to know what's going through these motherfuckers' brains.
There's only one part in the movie that kind of made sense of what I think they were trying to go to
Yep.
or get at, but the rest of it was just like,
Well, so I think I know what they were trying to say, or what the writer director was trying to say, and I don't mind that message. I
mhm.
just think that, like, I don't know, maybe if it was maybe I don't know if they got a little too artsy, or they tried to be a little too cute with everything. I don't know.
I don't know if it was too artsy, too cute, or too broke for good production.
Uh,
I mean, the man in the moon like the putties from Power Rangers.
he don't like the moon from the old McDonald's commercial.
Hell no.
Mac tonight.
Hell yeah.
Well, the movie we watched this week, I picked because I saw the trailer a long time ago, and it sounded really interesting. And it's an A24 movie, and A24 does, like, they do a lot of indie movies. Remember how Miramax used to do all those indie movies,
Mhm.
like School Ties and fucking Good Will Hunting and shit like that. So I feel like right now A24 does those kind of movies because they did like Iron Claw,
Mhm.
some other ones I forget, but. So I figured, okay, this movie is going to be on the artsy end. But the movie we watched is called "I Saw the TV Glow," starring a young Obama.
Oh shit. Okay. Here we go.
You do look like a young Obama, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
That's why I'm laughing because I didn't even pick up on it, but he did.
yeah. But it's about a kid who, I don't know. I think it's about what, social awkwardness. Do you think they're socially awkward, or do you think they're like on the spectrum?
I think it had to do with just him wanting to watch a TV show and couldn't watch it because he was old enough to watch it or something like that. Or it was a girl show. It was called the Pinko Peg or something like that.
Yeah, the pink opaque.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, okay, yeah, you had when he was younger, when he was like in seventh grade or something like that, he
Hmm.
was befriending the older girl, and like their connection was he really wanted to watch this TV show, and like, but he wasn't old enough to watch it. His was past his bedtime,
Yeah.
so like he befriended this girl who was interested in the show too. But you notice they were kind of like social outcasts,
Hmm.
you know. And I don't know. I wonder if this movie was less about the TV show and more about, like, people who, like we talked about in the last podcast, who create fantasy worlds in their brain in order to
Mm.
try to feel like they fit in or feel like they, are a part of life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like I said, I remember I used to do that when I was younger, and I used to watch shows like this, like that fucking the Pink Opaque. You ever seen Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So when that popped up, when the first time they showed the show, I was like, "Oh, this is like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode."
See, I thought it was like, oh, it was a show that was along that same lineup. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
What,
Was
Pete,
it called like Pete versus Pete or something like that?
Pete and Pete, the two brothers?
Yes, that's what I thought of when I seen it.
Yeah, all those Nick and Night shows.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Nick and Night? It was
Now,
Nick.
I don't think it was Dick and Night, but it was definitely Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I had that. I had Are You Afraid of the Dark?
mhm.
Pete and Pete, and like Hey Dude.
I don't remember. Hey, dude.
Remember Hey Dude with all the kids? There was like a summer camp at a dude ranch. And like,
Nah,
you remember Budnick? Come on, man, Budnick. Oh, bruh,
I remember the name, but I don't think I've ever seen Hey Dude. Hey Dude ain't ringing the bell.
man. Oh, what else was then? Like Secret World of Alex Mack. Bro, you okay? What shows are you watching?
Shit, I was watching Doug and Rugrats and Hey Arnold.
Do you remember Ghost Rider?
Okay, yeah,
Ghost Rider's on PBS.
okay,
Yeah, I still
but
if I can still find old episodes of Ghost Rider, I try to watch it. It's
huh,
still
I have to look at it again and see if it has the same effect on me as an adult, which I doubt it will.
yeah,
If it was that good, because I actually saw Are You Afraid of the Dark,
yeah.
and of course it's not scary no more because I'm older, but it was actually good stories.
Yeah, it to me it's more nostalgic than scary. But there's some episodes where I'm just like, there's one episode that's specific that I can't find it anywhere because it's streaming
Mm,
now, and I think on Hulu or
mhm,
Prime or some shit like that. But there's one episode that I can't find anywhere, and it's the episode that takes place in the bowling alley. 'Cause this is actually a
mm,
very good fucking like story.
okay.
It's about this kid who works at the bowling alley, whatever, and like he's kind of like parents don't really pay attention to him, whatever like that. He's got a little sister, and then he keeps hearing like ghosts in the bowling alley, and he's trying to figure
Hmm.
out what's going on and shit like that. And then his sister's trying to help him figure out what's going on. And then it turns out like the ghost was this girl who was in a car accident. So he's trying to
Mm,
figure out who this girl is and whatnot. And when they figure it out, figures out that she was a high school girl who died in a car accident with her boyfriend.
mm,
And then the boyfriend is actually the brother, the one that's been there in the bowling alley the whole time. He's been a ghost the entire time.
mm.
The reason why his parents ignored him is because they couldn't see him, and the little sister was the only one that could see him, and she was
That's
trying to like,
crazy.
yeah, she's like, there was a car accident, and also one day you just showed up at the house like nothing happened, and they showed
Mm.
up and I could see him. So like, it's fucking dope, but I can't find that episode anymore.
Like I said, some of the episodes actually were good stories, but of course, they're not like scary anymore because, like I said, I'm older.
Yeah.
But
Well, speaking of good,
doesn't this kid work in the bowling alley too?
no, he worked at arcade.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, speaking of good stories, like, okay, did you like this movie?
No,
why, why are you so blunt about it? Like, not even a maybe or nothing like that.
because I can't. I literally watched it twice
Yeah,
because the first time I tried to watch it, I actually couldn't focus on it.
yeah.
So now I watched it again, like right after,
Mhm.
because I was catching bits and pieces. Like, okay, I feel like I'm missing something important, and then I'm watching
Yeah.
again. I'm just like, nah. I mean, like it's the only part in it that makes some sense to me was when Maddie reappears in the grocery store.
Oh, no, okay. You're gonna have to explain that to me because that part don't make sense to me.
It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? But when they're talking, he sits outside the edge of the city,
Yeah,
and you know, she's going through how sometimes TV felt real
yeah,
and everything else. I got that concept of um maybe we're just people living on the other side of the TV box. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If I'm not gonna remember everything she said exactly, but it was basically like they're in the TV and they're being watched versus them on the outside watching the TV. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she says like the reason why she's been gone this whole time is because she was in the TV show,
Yeah,
and like, you ever heard of like dissociative disorder?
I heard of it, but I don't know too much about it.
I feel like it's one of those things where it's like people they can't distinguish like what's real and what's not, and
Hmm.
like or like they when you have people who like they seem to not have any empathy or any connection to like what's going on. Like if you say you hit someone, whatever, like it doesn't register to you that like they're in pain or something like that.
Yeah,
I can hear a bunch of in the background, just so you know.
I just asked you that. You said no.
Yeah, now I can.
Huh, interesting. I wonder what happened.
I don't know who talking real close.
No, that's actually music on the background, but it's been on. That's why I asked you when we first got started. You said you couldn't hear nothing.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it then. Now I can hear
Huh,
it. Hold on. Well,
interesting.
either way, but yeah. So I couldn't figure out if it was people who just were kind of socially awkward and were didn't really know how to like communicate or be in with the people around them
Hmm.
on an everyday basis. So they kind of just resorted to, you know, watching the TV show and, making their connection to life through that. Well, I'm sure
Hmm.
you, I'm sure you, I'm sure you've known people like that, right?
Oh, definitely. Well, so my brother was one of them, but he has schizophrenia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So you know,
yeah.
take his words with a grain of salt. But I don't know. Like even when she's walking to the football field, and when she said, I made a hole for you to bury you alive in," or something like that.
Yeah. Basically
I,
saying, well, she basically is telling him that like he needs to like he's stuck in the TV show. He needs to get out of it.
yeah.
But like I was wondering if she was real.
But see, that's the part that made the movie interesting
Yeah.
because it's like if you look at it in like a real life situation, like how many people are stuck in situations or stuck in a life that they really don't want to live, but their life is like really inside of them. Like you're holding yourself back.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like sometimes you got to bury yourself to get out of yourself.
yeah, yeah.
So that's what I took from it. You know what I'm saying?
I got a sense that like they were they were creating this kind of connection to this fantasy world in the show in order to help cope with however life was for them. Because I feel like the girl was going through like abuse and some shit like that, so she had to like she was just it was a coping mechanism to just watch the show and like bury herself in that so that she
Well,
could ignore what was going on in her life.
well, she does say, when the boy spends the night over there, and he's like, "Where you gonna sleep at?" And she's like, "My room." And,
You
and
say
she said, "If
show up
my
a
stepdad,"
pervert or creep?
yeah, and she said, "Creep." And she said, "If my stepdad found that I had a boy up there, he'll break my nose again."
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was gonna register with him, but it didn't.
Mm,
Right? He just sat there for a second, then he was like, "Okay, whatever," and just went back to laying down.
yeah,
But yeah, he goes, "Yeah, make sure you're out." She was like, "Make sure you're out by dawn, because if my stepdad finds you down here, he'll break my nose again." And that
mm,
again is what registers.
yeah.
But what do you think it was about the kid and his family? I don't remember his name. I just call him Obama. What do you think it was
Uh,
about Obama and his family?
well, he was definitely. Well, I think his mom was a more nurturing one,
Yeah.
and his dad was. I'm not gonna say a prick, but like more hard nosed or whatever. Interracial marriage. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Because the part where he's laying in the back seat, and his mom's in the back with him,
Yeah.
and his dad's driving, but they don't really talk too much about his dad.
Yeah.
Um, I think there's like one other scene,
It was a scene
maybe
together in the TV.
we trying to get up when his dad's planning to pull him out the TV, right, or something like that.
Pulls him on TV, but then is like running his head through like water.
Yeah,
Yeah. And he's screaming. But I again, I didn't know if that was actually real, if this is just his fantasy, like his brain. Like,
hmm
I don't know. It's like I felt like this whole movie was one big coping mechanism. All right, these are these awkward people who don't know how to, maneuver in life.
mm
So they kind of gravitate towards each other, and their shared love of this weird ass TV show, this weird
yeah,
ass TV show, is what's like giving them something to at least hold on to.
yeah. Because he said that she would record the videos and leave them in the was it the photo room or something like that,
Yeah,
and you see him walk the part where he's walking to the school, and like all the little words in pink are coming up on the screen,
yeah,
and he says something to the fact of people stop noticing you anymore or something like that, and had the two girls sit on the floor and they looked up at him and put their heads back down,
Mhm.
and he just kept walking. Like I don't know.
Well,
It-
the words on the screen, it was just because he was saying that she would leave all the tapes, and it was all the episode count. Oh,
mhm,
this episode, what was the title of the episode, shit like that. So
yeah,
I think it was a cool montage, like a way of saying like, oh, he watched a bunch of episodes of this show.
yeah.
You know?
Okay,
What's
so what do you think about the part where he's actually in the dark room watching it, and hears the footsteps? It takes the video out.
hold on. What I don't what part was that?
He's in the dark room watching the episode, and all of a sudden you hear like a door open or like some keys rattling, and he ejects the tape real quick. And then they just show him sitting there, like looking around, but then it cuts to a different scene. I was like, okay, like was he supposed to get caught or
Well, that's the
like?
thing. It made it seem like it made it seem like the show itself was taboo. But maybe that was. But the thing is that in his brain? Is it in
Hmm,
his brain? Is it a matter of my parents don't want me watching this show because it's a bad show,
hmm,
or is it you know I'm not like I don't know because they made it look like he was viewing the show as something that he was secretly able to do, and that's why it was fun for him.
I thought it was because it was a girl show, and because
So,
there's a partner where he does dress up in
talent
the
show in
dress.
the background. Who sound like a
Mhm.
talent show in the background? Who's singing?
That's actually the radio.
I heard an extra voice
Oh, for real?
singing up.
Oh shit! I'm surprised you can hear this because
You need to get some lessons.
I'm trying to see.
Nah, I just think it's funny.
No, I mean, is that better or worse?
Oh, that's worse. That's way worse.
Oh
Speaking of worse,
man!
bro, what you drinking? Or do you have any
Oh shoot!
dry
Yeah,
mouth?
we skip way past that. So just some good old water, regular H2O.
Is that Aquafina?
Nope. Just some good old purified drinking water.
Okay. You shouldn't be drinking purified water, just so you know. Drink spring water. I know
I
the
don't know.
purified water is cheaper, but so I'm gonna. This is just a nutrition thing. So what happens is with purified water, because water's supposed to have minerals and nutrients in it.
Mhm.
So what happens is when you have purified water, they take all that out. So when you drink that water, what's actually happening is the water is actually pulling those minerals out of your muscles.
Hmm.
So that's why they always say like add a little bit of like a pinch of salt or add some electrolytes into your water so that
Mhm.
rehydrate you and replenish you. Because if it doesn't have that, then it's actually pulling the minerals out your muscles.
Hmm.
So if you got purified water, just a little tiny bit of salt in there, will do it.
A bit of salt.
Yep.
That's where pig feet come in.
That's what pig feet. just gnawing.
Oh man.
Oh shit!
No,
Go ahead.
no, it's my neighbor's brother. I was talking to him last week, and he was like, these country folks.
Yeah.
See, I went to the store and got me about 4 pig feet. Cleaned them up real nice with a little vinegar, set them in the crock pot, let them stew up. Then I put them on the grill, let them get seared to us, barbecue sauce. Them things was good, and I'm just like, how? You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing I don't think I've ever eaten pig feet. Not saying I wouldn't, but I don't think I've ever eaten it.
Listen, so I like pig feet. Okay.
But you like chicken dick, so
tastes like chicken. Why is that so hard to understand? It tastes like chicken.
Oh gosh.
Well, pig feet, that's still pork. If you like pork, it's just the foot.
I mean, I don't know. Same thing with chicken feet.
Chicken feet's delicious too. I make soup out that shit.
I can see that though.
Yeah.
Like for the nutrients and everything.
I still gnaw on the fucking the chicken foot after. That shit's like like the wingette, the edge of the wing.
Mm-hmm.
If you like that part, that's like a chicken foot.
Mm.
So, but no. So I remember my cousin, her mom had made some noodles, and in the broth, to make the broth, she had put like some cow feet in there, whatever.
Mm.
And listen, I don't know how well they cleaned the foot, but it tasted like that foot just got done stomping on some hay. I was just like, whew, this is they said that shit is barnyardy. It's like you walk right into the barn, you're like, that smell? That's exactly.
Oh man, this is barnyardy.
Listen, that's one of the few times I could point out which part of the body of the cow that the meat was coming from.
Anyway, let's get must have been enough, but go for it. What you got? What you drinking?
I got this thing called a Poppy. It's a prebiotic soda.
Okay.
It's got prebiotics for your gut, infused with apple cider vinegar, natural caffeine, no fake stuff. So let's see.
You lost with apple cider vinegar.
It's great. I know you jealous.
Where's the fried chicken at?
Well, no, that ain't great. It's supposed to be great.
It's got apple cider vinegar in there, so I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, let's see what it does.
So you and your sips, you don't even know you drinking shit.
I'm not taking a gulp. I'm trying to sip it, see what it tastes.
How do you taste it then?
Because it hits the tongue.
when you eat pussy,
like this. If you need more, bro. If you need more than the tongue to taste, what's wrong with you?
I can't even do it. Oh God. Oh shit.
Yeah, if you need more than the tongue to taste, man, I don't know what you want to take
Oh
a
God.
mouthful to see if it tastes good.
But you take like a small little. That's how it tastes. You gotta like.
Okay, when you make a soup, right?
Yeah.
Do you take a spoon and just sip it, or do you take a ladle and take a drink that shit like a fucking shot?
I take a good big spoon and I get everything on there, you know. So I make sure I got all the ingredients in that spoonful and I taste it. That's how you're gonna eat it. You're not just gonna eat the broth by itself.
Yeah, you're supposed to taste the broth to see how it tastes, see if you need more seasoning and shit like that. You don't need a whole ass fucking, soup spoon worth of broth to fucking taste that.
Well, look, well, I'm no chef.
Yeah, we know
However,
that.
no, I can cook though. However, I feel like some foods don't soak up the broth the way they should.
Yeah.
So that's why I'll taste the food with the broth to see if it complements itself.
Mhm.
If the chicken still tastes bland, if the carrots still taste like carrots, or is it all like a blended flavor that actually tastes good together?
But listen, I taste each part separately to make sure everything tastes right. I don't need to fucking put it all in one big spoonful and be like,
Yeah, that's how you go eat it when it comes in your bowl.
no. You just got to taste each component separately.
See, no.
Yes. You listen. Come on.
Like,
Because
see,
the only time you cook is when you're drunk, so you're tasting like.
Hold on. Well, I ain't been drunk lately, so check this out. So you mean when you eat vegetable soup, you're eating the onion and then the green beans, then the carrots and the pasta, or are you just getting a spoonful of it and eating?
Listen, if I'm tasting it, I'm tasting a little bit, probably usually just the broth. If I'm eating it, yeah, I'm gonna put everything into a spoonful. I'm not eating it. I'm tasting it. I'm tasting this. I'm not eating the soda. I'm tasting it.
It still was a cheap ass taste.
Get out of here.
That's what the
All I need is the tongue to taste.
Oh God.
Taste, okay.
I can just imagine you with a woman. That should be hilarious. But to go down there and hit the business, you'd be like, hit it with a little snake tongue. Like, oh no, I can't do this.
First of all, when you indulging, first of all, it starts with the smell. You gotta smell the food to make sure it, smells up to par, and then you give it the taste. And then if it's all good, then you
dive right in. Oh gosh.
Oh shit.
Oh. Yeah, you lost it with that one. Oh man.
So what do you think? Why do you think a person makes a movie like this? I saw it. Like, why do you think? Do you think the director has something to say or has an idea or possibly goes through like something in his own personal life that has to deal with that, and then I want to find a way to convey how I felt to an audience to see if they feel.
Oh, definitely. Same way with movie we watched a couple weeks ago. The animated movie. The Boy and the Heron, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like if these aren't like people's stories that are right in the movie, there's somebody that they know of, and they just put their twist on it or whatever. Yeah. And then they try to put it in a way out there for the world to see that's very, very artistic. And I think that's where they fail at, in my opinion. Because like Michael Jackson said, sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
If you give me a bunch of stuff and it's like, yo, what's going on here? Versus just telling the story, it would probably have a better impact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of the artsy stuff with like, trying to confuse the audience into trying to believe like whether the TV show is real or the person's real or whatever the life is. I think when it gets that confusing and the message itself isn't as clear cut, I think that's when you kind of lose the audience, because unless your message and your story is thoroughly understandable, you know, you might just lose a person in like, okay, what are they trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Because I know, like you and me, like that's the first thing, not the first thing, but that's one of the things we try to think about when we watch movies. Like, all right, what are they trying to tell me with this movie? Is it just an action movie that I'm trying to enjoy, or are they trying to tell me something deeper? And I feel like with this movie, they're definitely aiming for something deeper. I just don't know if the message or the ideas behind it came through as clearly as they wanted it to.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Um, like for instance, like I believe in my heart in the grocery store scene, and he's at the produce section.
Yep.
I really feel like the pictures up there were trying to spell out something or describe something, and I couldn't piece it together.
I can see that. I don't know what it was, but I felt like with this movie, it's one of those ones where they put stuff in the background that tries to convey how the person's feeling that time. You know, like when he's walking through the school.
Yeah.
When he's walking through school, like if you look at the posters and stuff like that, like it's not normal school poster shit. It's like kind of like
Hmm.
what's going through his thoughts or in his mind at the time.
No, I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think the girl was real when she was in the fucking? Do you think she actually came back when she was in the supermarket, or do you think it was his hallucination or his imagination?
well, if it's the supermarket was dark as hell.
Yeah.
And he was in there by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So unless it's a 24-hour supermarket, but they shut the lights off to save energy or something. I don't know. And it's just him and her in there. He turns on the Caesar.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Because I felt to me, it felt like that was his only friend,
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
and it felt like she had been gone for so long, and he hadn't had a friend. Because like you said, once she left, then all of a sudden they canceled the TV show, so he kind of had nothing.
Hmm.
So he's growing up, kind of just doing his thing. His mom's got, I would presume, got cancer. So she started going.
Yeah. And she said that she had a medical scare or something like that.
Just wondering how he was taking it and shit like that.
Yeah.
It felt like at that moment he was almost trying to explain away what happened to Maddie,
Mm,
why she wasn't in his life anymore, stuff like that.
yeah.
You know? I don't know. I can see when people do that, like when you lose something. You know, there's people they'll lose a family member out of nowhere, and like they still be acting like that family member is just down the street, just they're on a trip, they haven't come back yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just trying to explain away, someone's absence so that you can still go on through your day without breaking down or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're there. A matter of fact, what was a movie like that? Not told the same way. Fight Club. Oh, Edward Norton, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that was kind of like his alter ego was kind of a way for him to get out his inner feelings.
But that's what I'm saying. You think this is like something like that?
I think so. Less
Okay.
violent, obviously.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think, but I think the girl was, she was a real girl at some point, and then she left, and then he was just trying to like cope with like I don't have anyone, like my dad don't really give a fuck about me in his mind. His mom's in the hospital. He's got nothing around. The one person who was his friend who actually enjoyed the same things as him, she's gone now. What do you think actually happened to her?
She ran away.
Do you think so? I think so. I think I either think she ran away, or she died, or she committed suicide.
Okay. I don't say I say I felt like she ran away because if she does come back at the supermarket,
Yep.
and I guess he tackles her on the ground in the football field and takes off running, and he says he never saw her again after that day. I don't know. It could be one of those things where he really was trying to get rid of his past, so to speak, or his other self,
Yep.
which was showcased through her.
Yeah.
And then I guess after her leaving the first time, or him burying that part of himself the first time, like it had been gone for so long, he's like, okay, I don't want it back. But then, she came back into his life, so maybe his other side of him came back creeping up on him. And he was like, no. I mean,
I don't know. I felt like that whole scene with her in the supermarket, her explaining to him where she's been, and then him tackling her and then running away. It's kind of like it felt like it was his mind creating a scenario in which that would explain, oh yeah, she's fine, she's cool. I don't have to worry about where she is anymore because now I know where she told me where she is.
Hmm.
When I don't see her again, then it's fine. I know she's good, even though he
Hmm.
didn't actually know.
What
And
what
it's like
about the music choice? Huh?
I was gonna say, like like if someone you killed your fish, you gotta tell your kid, oh yeah, your fish ran away. Sorry, he ran away. That's what happens sometimes.
Yeah,
Away. You grow up thinking, yeah, my fish ran away.
just to realize got flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the music selection in this movie?
I didn't really pay that much attention to it, other than the concert scene.
Okay, there was two concert seasons, am I right? Because
There was the
one
one where
has
they were in the club after she came back. What was the other one? The other one was
that's what I'm thinking. Where, there's a band on stage with a
yeah.
bunch of with all girls, right?
Mhm.
And then there's another scene where it's like another girl singing, but she's like yelling, like some hard rock shit or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of rock lately, so I don't know. I didn't mind it. I was just wondering if like because when they were going through that scene, she was saying to him like, do you ever notice that like sometimes you can't tell what is the TV show and what's real life? Like everything gets jumbled together, and then they show
Mhm.
him come out the room in that dress and then
Yeah.
smiling. Like,
Mhm.
and I was like, is he trans? Is he trying to? Is he having an identity crisis?
See, and I thought that they were just trying to act out the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then of course they cut to the actual show, and that happens in the show too with the two girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then, well, but you see them walking down the fucking the football field, and
Mhm.
he's in the dress. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, it cuts to the show, and the girl in the show is walking in that dress.
Hmm.
So I was like, I don't know, is he picturing himself as like, does he think he's gay? I don't know. It made me wonder if he was having an identity crisis.
Mm.
You know?
It could be because even when he's in the back of the car laying with his mom and asks his dad about the show or something like that, isn't that a female show or a girl show? And his mom says not right now.
Yeah.
So maybe he is or was having an identity crisis or
Yeah. Maybe he was maybe just like, okay, maybe they could sit there and see like, hey, is my son gay? Something going on like that. And he's like, he's closeted, so he just doesn't know how to approach it.
Mhm.
Because when he's hanging out with the girl and she goes, I like girls, right? And he's like, yeah, I knew that. And he goes, well, do you like girls? He's like, I don't know. Do you like
Yeah.
boys? It's like, I like shows.
Yeah.
But that was like, it felt like that was the first time in his life he'd actually even considered, oh, could I like a guy?
Mm.
You know?
Oh yeah, that's I guess the part he catches his manager, get some special attention.
Yo, that was the best. Yo, that's to me, that's the most honest reaction. Hey, what'd you get? He sound like Glenn, bro.
Hell yeah. Oh man.
He was like, hey, did you like what you seen?
See, that was just crazy. Like that's the wild stuff. Like she's so into you, bro. Like, why would I want her now?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? No, don't get me wrong. I mean, we all adults here. I'm pretty sure, ended with people that have been to places. But that doesn't mean I want to fucking know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Listen, if I start a relationship with someone, that's where the relationship, that's where everything, the information starts. I don't need to know about your past.
No.
Tell
As far
me.
as I'm concerned, I'm the first person that she's kissed and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me how many dicks have crossed them lips. Come on. I'm sure they have, but I don't want to know. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So if you go sit there and tell somebody, I gotta work with you, bro. Like, oh, for real? Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I always wondered, like okay, so maybe this is getting a little too personal, but like you know how like sometimes they'd be like, oh yeah, like a girl made her round between like a friend group,
Mhm.
made her rounds. Like I don't know, maybe that's just not my personality, just to hook up with anyone. But like I'm like, what goes through people's minds? Like yeah, I fucked her. Me too. Word. Yeah, what I'm talking about. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. You ever had that moment in your life where you had like an identity crisis where you just weren't sure, like, hey man, like is there something weird about me right now? I think I finally realized that I have, like, I've come to terms with the fact that I have ADHD.
Hmm.
I'll be driving and I'll be having conversations with people, and in the middle of a conversation, they'll be telling me some heartfelt shit. And I'm like, oh shit, look at that sign.
Yeah, no, you definitely have a bunch of squirrel moments.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so you said you're just now realizing that maybe you have ADHD.
Not necessarily not just now realizing it, but like coming to terms with it.
Okay.
Because maybe sometimes, because like one of the big things that like I had learned recently, where they said that like if you can drink a cup of coffee and go right to bed, there's a good chance you have ADHD. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I think it has something to do with like your like the way your brain works and shit like that. But then the thing that I've always noticed is like whenever I write,
Hmm.
I like writing in coffee shops with a lot of noise around because to
Yeah.
me it helps filter everything out so that I can focus on what I'm doing. Because if it's completely quiet and I'm trying to focus, my brain starts filling in all that empty space with other shit, and then I stop
Hmm.
on what I'm doing.
That's interesting. I'm like the opposite. Like for instance, like I can't sleep. I can sleep with the TV on, but I can't sleep with sound.
Oh, you can sleep with the TV on, but you can't sleep with sound. So you gotta turn the volume down.
Yeah, like the light won't bother me, or the case may be.
Mhm,
But I think it's just more of like my military and everything else like that.
mhm.
When you learn how to sleep when I open,
Yeah.
because um I could hear the wash machine going at night and it won't bother me.
Yeah.
But I can wake up out of a dead sleep because I could hear the faucet dripping.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, very.
My mom does.
Just like, huh?
I'll wake up in the morning. If she can tell someone took a bite of rice in the middle of the night. You eating? I'm like, mom, what the fuck you doing, mom? 1 in the morning, go back to bed. Like we were moving around every time. Nothing. All of a sudden, somebody pulls out some rice and takes a bite. She pops out the room. You eating? I'm like, mom, how the hell did you hear that?
Hey, here's shit else, but I heard that the crunch of the rice. Like, oh shit, somebody's got my rice.
I like so I don't know. I feel like so sometimes when I'm in my office working,
Mhm.
I'll be in the office working. I'll have a podcast going on my phone. But then in the
Okay.
living room, I have the TV on loud enough so I can hear it, and it'll be a completely different podcast.
Huh.
So I'll be listening to both and stuff like that and focusing on what I'm doing. And I feel like all that extra noise just helps fill my brain with space. It fills the space in my brain so that I can actually use the brain power to focus on what I'm doing. Because if it was quiet, I'd be like, oh shit, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta just do a bunch of shit in order to, you know, fill up all that extra space going on.
That's interesting. Because remember we was in Savannah
Mhm.
and obviously we was working on the podcast. But there was something on TV and I was watching it and he's like, how do you watch this with no sound? I was like, fill in the blanks in my mind. Like like I let my mind tell me the story what I'm watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that?
No, no.
Huh.
I'll watch three different things at the same time. I'll watch something on the TV, on my phone, and then I'll even have like headphones on with like half the headphones on and listening to music. And I can focus on all three of them at the same time.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I
See,
don't know what it is, but that's like, and I've always said it for a long time. Like a lot of times when I talk to people, I won't make eye contact, and everybody will sit there and like they think like I'm like they think I'm like meek or like introvert and shit like that. I'm like no, like
Mhm.
the reason why I'm looking down sometimes is because I'm trying to focus on what I'm saying.
Mm,
Focus on what I'm saying. It's I'm gonna wrong words gonna come out.
yeah,
Fucks and all this shit. I might not want to talk to Triple H saying fuck this, fuck that. So
yeah.
yeah,
That's crazy. I
yeah.
don't know. Well, I think that's weird, but I also feel like I'm weird. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're definitely weird. I've seen
Mm,
some of the shit you eat, bro. You weird.
no, yeah. I've always been weird. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
I've
just
seen what you
like
eat. I've seen who you eat.
really? Yeah.
You got caught. Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. I just and then in the way this movie was, it almost felt like there was kind of that scatterbrain feeling,
Mhm.
but there was nothing there to really focus on as far as like the actual telling of the story.
Mhm.
Like, why was he sitting by the fire the entire time? talking.
I don't know. I feel like that was like his peaceful spot. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. At one point, he goes, "I got my own family now," and he held a big ass TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they didn't show, but I guess they didn't need to.
Well, because after that, like he was laying on the couch watching TV and shit. Because he said that that show is streaming now.
Hmm.
So I felt like, after his dad died, his mom passed away, whatever. Like he never really got anyone else in his life. It was just him and like that his TV shows, that thing. Like,
Mm. Yeah.
it's like almost like a cat lady.
Yeah.
Could you be like that? Just you? Oh yeah, maybe you are like that actually.
The cat lady?
No, just you, just you, the TV, and the dog.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's yeah.
Go mind my business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the way they made him age?
Yeah, that man freckles and gave him the not Clayton Bigsby, the Tyrone Biggums lips.
Look, I was like, okay, you clearly tell us the same person, but whoever was the makeup artist, yeah,
Bro, I was like,
they're
he's
still
old.
learning.
So he's old, not a drug addict. Like,
Yeah, for real.
Why your lips got athlete's foot?
Oh man,
Speaking of old, man, you ever notice how like old people's feet, like there's just no amount of lotion that can make it look nice?
yeah,
We
yeah.
tell my mom that all the time. Your mom, I was like, Mom, you look like you just walked through Middle Earth. What's wrong with you, Mom?
Then they don't when they want to show their feet off, but just seeing where they are.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to cover those up like at all?
Yeah.
Like you're better off wearing socks and flip flops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even that, at least that'll be in style. You be seeing this, you be like, come on, man, what's going on now?
Yeah.
That look like a topographic map.
Oh man.
So okay, so the what did you think about when he first met the girl? Do you think he walked up to her because he was genuinely interested in the show, or do you think he was actually interested in the girl?
Well, see, that's what I don't remember. Like, I don't remember how they actually met. I just know they had the show in common.
Well, he was walking. He saw her. She was reading that book,
Okay.
like some book, and I think it was like an episode guide. And he asked her about the show and stuff like that. And like when she was talking about it, like she was really into it. So he kept saying he was into it and he wanted to watch it. But I don't think he actually had seen it before. So was he interested? I was wondering if he was interested in the girl, or if he was just genuinely interested in the show, or if he was just gravitating towards someone who felt like him.
I think more just gravitate to somebody who felt like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because even as an adult thing, as you can see, he lived a lifestyle where he was always by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he just gravitated towards her, and they became friends or whatever. And
You think they could? You think he could instinctually kind of tell that like there was some trauma going there or going on there?
I feel like he'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like some people you could just see it in their eyes.
mhm.
You can see like there's someone you're hiding something. Not
Yeah.
necessarily like anything bad, good or bad, whatever, but like you could tell like okay, there's something behind those eyes that like you don't want anyone to know about.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel for people like that because like
Oh yeah.
having to walk around like with a secret, like I don't know what kind of secret, but feeling like you can't be completely who you are.
Hmm.
I feel for people like that just because like like you, like when you told people for the first time you like Nickelback, like the people in your friend group or whatever must have looked at you like, Chris, you look a couple shades lighter.
That would be surprised. I talk music and I talk especially 90s music, and I go from Creed to Nickelback to Seven Dust. All of them say, huh? You know about that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I can quote DMX, Jay-Z, all of them, but I know the music too. Good music is good music, in my opinion.
Bro, the other day I was at work and I had my playlist going, and they were just looking at me like all the random music, and it would go from like fucking Eminem to Justin Bieber to Morgan Wallen to Mitchell Tenpenny, like all these different shit, and everybody's just like, "This is the most eclectic fucking playlist I'd ever heard in my life." Like, yeah, I like everything.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize till maybe about 3 years ago or so
Mhm.
that country music is just like R&B.
Yeah.
You just say differently.
It's a little bit of twang. It's to me, country music is like the R&B. It's like John Legend R&B.
Okay.
It's like when you get like, because you get R&B singers like Rihanna. Like okay, so when this is a story about when Kanye was getting Jamie Foxx to sing on
Oh yeah. Overnight Celebrity. No, it was Overnight Celebrity.
is it
No,
Gold Digger?
no. It was his first song. She said she was a Marvin Gaye,
Slow
a
Jams.
Luther Vandross,
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So he was trying to get him to sing it to his Twisters song.
Okay.
Get
Yeah.
him to sing on it, and Jamie Foxx was like, "Oh yeah, I got this." She wants a Marvin Gaye, yeah, yeah. Don't do that. No,
Yeah.
just sing it regular.
He was like, "What?"
But I feel like that's like the equivalent to like hard country or like classic country music.
Mm,
It's like that kind
mm,
versus country now is probably closer to like pop music, and
mm.
R&B now is closer to pop music.
Yeah.
You heard
Yeah.
any country songs recently? Shabuzi.
In recent content, not really that stood out to me.
Actually, okay, so Beyonce had the highest selling country song of the year, but she got
Mhm.
fucking what is it, shafted, or she got like bypassed at the Country Music Awards, and everybody's throwing a fit. Acting
Yeah.
like country music is trying to keep black people out. What do you think about that?
Well, see, I didn't get the full story of it because I tried to like it came across my little Google feed or whatever
Yep.
about. So I think the title is Beyonce snubbed at Country Music Awards or something like that or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So and I think it was is it Luke Bryan or something like that? That
Maybe.
he was saying that country music is about family and everything else like that. And he was like, he did. I'm not gonna say it right, so forgive me. But basically, he was saying like he didn't feel like they snubbed her, but just if you want to make country music, come over to the country table, come be a part of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like, I mean, but that's like a catch 22. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Because how many other artists have tried to make different types of music, but didn't step into that culture to do it?
Yeah.
They just felt something, did it, and then kept moving.
No, and that's fine. But then you get those people that are within that culture that will sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, don't just hop over here and try to do something popular to make some money here, then leave." Because people give like Post Malone shit
Hmm.
that like oh or Kid Rock, they started off in rap and stuff like that, and now they use that to get popular, and then they left it all behind. To me, it's just I feel like it's just personal growth. Some people make music when they're younger, and then they make different music when they're older. It's fine.
But see, I don't like. There's some artists where I do feel like, I guess, stole a genre, so to speak.
Like what?
And there's artists like Kid Rock that I don't think he did.
Yeah.
Like,
Kid Rock used to
because
be a
I
DJ.
think,
He grew up in
huh?
Detroit. He grew up in Detroit, was
Mhm,
a DJ. I think he genuinely loved hip hop, but I think he
mhm.
also genuinely loved like country music and rock music, and he just wanted to try something different later on in life.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, because I don't think he's one of those people that stole the genre. I think he came out and he was. If you listen to his old stuff of him trying to rap, he still sounds like he's doing rock. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And his favorite artists were Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And they did rock and rap together. So I feel like once he got established, he probably realized, you know what? I really can't rap,
yeah,
but I can sing or I can write good songs.
yeah.
So he never stopped doing music. He just did, I think, what was more to him versus what he loved. Because he
Yeah.
might still be a hip hop head. He might love hip hop to the death,
Mhm.
but he probably realized he can't rap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like okay, so like Linkin Park. When Linkin Park first came out, there was very like heavy music,
Hmm.
screaming, and then later on, it was a lot more like soft rock, more like modern rock, where it was a lot more singing to it, a lot less screaming. I think
Hmm.
sometimes you go through those stages in life, like when you're a rebellious teen,
Hmm.
or making the music that makes you feel connected to how you feel at that moment. Then as you get older, you start to like some other kind of music, and you're like, oh, let me try to make some of this kind of music too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I think if someone is I think if someone is like say if there's someone's making rap music,
Hmm.
if they're making rap music by day, but then as soon as they're done with the song, they take off all the stuff and they go act and be someone completely different, then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, now you're just using rap just to get popular because
Yeah.
you're clearly not into that kind of stuff. You're just doing it because it's the popular thing to do. That I have
Mhm.
okay, that I have an issue with. But
Yeah.
I have no problem with someone who likes all different types of music.
Mhm.
You know? Like if you were a musician, who's someone you would want to make a song with that people would be like, I can't see you making a song with that person.
And just like anybody,
Anybody.
oh, if I was a musician,
Yeah. If you were a hip hop musician and you were like, okay, like, but since you're a fan of all different types of music, who's someone you would want to make a song with just because purely of being a fan of their music?
okay, so when you say musician, are you talking about actually playing instruments or just like an artist in general? Like,
Anything. Just say you just want to work with people you're a fan of.
oh, okay. So I can name a couple people that I'd like to do songs with if I could.
Yeah.
And of course, to be DMX, you know what I'm saying? Because that's X.
Yeah.
But then I'd like to do a song with Creed because of how they used to write their songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The messages behind them, um, that's just like too off the top because I like their music so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know they are opposites completely,
Yeah, exactly.
but they both told stories in their own way. And that's what I liked about them.
Well, I mean, they both about Jesus. Just DMX is he might be the red guy on the shoulder.
Yeah. Oh man.
I would love to do like if I was a musician, if I was a hip hop musician, I'd still want to do music with like Backstreet Boys.
Mhm.
I'd still want to do music with fucking let's see who else like fucking James Blunt or John Mayer.
Mm.
I like their music. Ed Sheeran.
Mhm.
Like those are like I would still want to do music not just purely because I like their music. I'm a fan.
Mhm.
And some people will, like when fucking Tim McGraw and Nelly had that song,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, they're just doing that to make they're just making that song just to try to make money. It's like, no, like
Yeah.
maybe they're genuinely fans of each other's music, so they want to do a song together. What's wrong?
Yeah. But the public's always got something to say
Yeah. If
all the time.
you're a rapper, you can only be a rapper.
Mhm.
A pop artist, you can only be a pop artist. Country, you can only be country. I don't know. I don't know why people try to box everyone into or put everybody in boxes like that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Could you see yourself making a movie like this? If I saw the TV glow. Like, is there a metaphor you'd want to use in order
Oh
to?
yeah, because I mean the title alone sounded dope.
Yeah.
Like if I just took that title and made my own movie, like I saw the TV glow,
Mhm.
I guess for me in my mind, I would try to put it or write a story about um if I took a film and made it a horror film,
Mhm.
then it would be like whatever you saw on TV, basically coming true in real life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you're watching a scary show in okay, what was that movie that they did? A Scary Stories to Tell the Dark or something like that?
Yeah.
And they read the book, and then of course it would happen in real life.
Yeah.
So I mean, of course it would be something. Yeah. So of course it would be something that's been done before. If I did a horror side, I'd do it like that.
Yeah.
If I did like an inspirational side, like I saw the TV glow, um, I'd put it more to like a person's mind
Mhm.
and like all the colors and everything.
Yeah.
And I guess using the TV as a metaphor, but basically helping somebody expand their mind to see the world differently.
Yeah.
And so basically the TV would be a person's brain and you saw glow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I think if I were to do it, just that title, I saw the TV glow. I'd want to do it like, remember, like kind of like the movie Sing. Like when you're a kid, you saw the TV glow, and that like inspired you to chase your dreams to be an actor or something like that.
Mhm.
It's just that's the basis of like I saw the TV glow, and that just kind of like that lit that light in my mind of this is what I want to do for the
Mhm.
rest of my life. I want to be there,
Mhm.
kind of thing. But then it's you could make it like a drama where like how far or how much of your soul are you willing to sell in order to achieve that?
Mhm.
That'd be crazy. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you get that fucking inspiration. Like, this is what I want to do, but like, are you willing to? How much are you willing to compromise?
Yeah.
No. I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting movie, interesting concept. I just think it was everywhere. So not everywhere, but it was hard to nail down like what was going on
Yeah,
in the story.
definitely hard to get the foundation of it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because it felt
But
like at the end of the day, it was just kind of all in his head,
mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But he never really had like. So what do you think about at the end when he was in the bathroom? He had the box cutter.
Mhm.
He slices his chest open. 'Cause in the show, the last season before the whatever, they cut out the girl's heart and they put it into the fucking fridge, and then in that one, he's old, he's in there with the box cutter. Well, maybe metaphorically cuts his chest open and opens. See like the glow from the TV.
Yeah.
What do you think he was trying to say, or they were trying to say?
Well, right before then, he has like a whole meltdown at the birthday party.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there screaming, and everybody else is like kind of frozen in their spot.
Yeah.
And it made me wonder, like, what do you say? Like, nobody can see that I'm dying right now.
Yeah.
And, some people, I think that was like a take on people that just feel like they're really dying on the inside.
Yeah.
Like they're going through something that nobody can see because it's on the inside.
Yeah.
And when you finally have that, I guess, mental breakdown, or, it finally starts to show that on the outside you look fine, but the inside's going all crazy. It's, all the sparks and everything else. So he goes to the bathroom. I guess it was a way of him trying to cut it out, get it out, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's walking back to the arcade. He's like, sorry about that, but nobody's even paying attention to him.
Yeah. Because in his mind, that freak out was like the craziest thing ever. But it's inside. So no one actually, they're just like, oh yeah, he's just someone they ignore. But also, I think when he opened his chest and saw the TV glow, I think he kind of like saw like not that's who I am inside, but that was his happy place. Like he saw the thing that made him happy, which was the TV, the TV show and shit like that. What would you like? There was one part in the movie where like he said he when he started watching the show again as an adult, and it wasn't as scary, or it wasn't like he remembered it.
He said it was cheesy. Yeah.
Yeah. Like how do you like, because I know you just found out that, the Zords were actually robots.
I was hoping you didn't say that. I found this shit like a month ago. I was like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that the Zords and Power Rangers were people in there?
One of my boys, he's older too. He sent me this video about Power Rangers, and they was talking about how like Power Rangers used to be like a Japanese show that they video, and they they dubbed it over whenever they shot the. He sent me the video and he goes, yo, you think this is real? I was like, bro, are you kidding me? He goes, is it? I'm like, come on, man. Like, you didn't know.
Man, I guess I was what, 38 years old?
When you found out the Zords wasn't real.
No, look, wait a minute. Those are people in cardboard boxes with paint on them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that shit tripped me out.
Did you know Godzilla was a dude in a suit?
Actually, no, I thought that was just some terrible CGI little toy that they just tried to make look big on screen or something.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, final thoughts on I Saw the TV Glow.
I say watch it, but at the same time, watch it and tell us what you think, because we could be way off topic. We might have missed something that was sitting there playing it in our face, but
yeah,
not a good movie.
I don't foresee myself watching this movie ever again. Like, you've already watched it twice, which is one more time more than I will. But I say maybe give it a shot, because you might take away something from it that I just didn't see. Maybe the metaphors and everything and the way they speak in the show or in the movie say something to you more than it said to me. I just felt like it kind of was it was speaking in riddles, but not really saying anything. So
yeah.
All right, well, that's the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Once again, it is your boy Sarat, aka Makazi,
and your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta. It'll be good out there.
Yeah, and follow us everywhere on Instagram. We got a TikTok now, and go to YouTube and subscribe, because we're just trying to get them followers and all that shit up. So Chris ain't on social media, so he has no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah,
I stay in my bunker. I leave all that social stuff to this guy.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Check y'all later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm a warrior.